Your next comic has been at Gotham. You've seen the Gotham Comedy Club. If you're lucky, give it up for Billy Bronco. Give it up.
We're gonna call me Bobby Bronco.
Let's do that again. Go back, come on. I need this. I need this in life. Go right there. Give it up for Bobby Bronco, everybody.
Unrehearsed, completely unrehearsed. You know, I didn't realize there was going to be a stool here, so I brought my hat. I'm not going to be using the hat, but I want to put the hat on the stool. Isn't that nice? That's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. My name is Bobby Bronco, and as my hobby, I actually go into the bakeries on Arthur Avenue in the Bronx and ask if the bread is fresh. Yes, I'm somebody from the Bronx. Yeah. It's a great way to get slapped. Yeah, if you're into that kind of thing. I've been slapped about 2 or 3 times. It was great. It's been great. So here we are, and it's at the end of the summer, right? The end of the summer, and I have to say that means 2 things, right? It means one, get to the beach. Get to the beach. You better get to the beach. If you haven't been to the beach, get to the beach. Get to the beach. Get to the beach. And 2, start thinking about school, which is depressing. Get depressed about school, right? Unless, of course, you're a parent, in which case you're rejoicing. Right, you're absolutely rejoicing. I'm actually in school. Yeah, I'm a senior. What? Yeah. There we go. I'm a professor, and I'm not really allowed to tell you that. And I'm certainly not allowed to tell you that I teach at Fordham University. That's Fordham University here in New York City. So please do not repeat that. Do not repeat that to anybody. There'll be a lot of lawsuits, and we're recording this, right? Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah, I'm actually working on my syllabus now. Remember syllabus? Remember syllabus? What's that? What is syllabus? BTW, comma. Yeah, my students told me this. BTW, comma. I actually have a syllabus joke. Would you like it? Thank you very much, and I'll pay you after the show. I have a syllabus. Who has a syllabus joke, really? Nobody. It's not funny. It's lame. So here's what I'm going to tell you the joke. And what I'd like you to do is to moan. When you moan, I'd like you to do it deeply, deep moan, and do it in unison. Are we agree? All right. So what do you call it when a group of comics want to take a road trip? Well, they have to get on the silly bus. It's kind of like a bad fortune cookie, isn't it? It's kind of like a cold shower. But I actually am working on my syllabus. I'm working on the syllabus. And let me tell you something. You know, you may have heard that it's a contract. You know, it's a contract between the professor and the students. Au contraire. It's not a contract, not at all. It's actually a way for the professor to show off to his colleagues that he knows a lot of stuff more than they do, right? So it's kind of like a contest. It's actually kind of like a con job, actually. So the bigger the syllabus, if I can put as much into that syllabus as possible, throw in a little bit of Latin to make it look good, you want to look sophisticated, then I win. Then I win, right? So that's what's going on with the syllabus. That's what I'm working on now. I want to win, yeah. Let me tell you something else, though. Students are no better. I'm sure there are students here. Students are no better. They're really interested in only one thing. Make that 2 things. They want to get an A. Yeah, and they want to get a piece of A. Am I correct? Am I correct in that assumption? Yeah. And they argue about everything. They argue about everything. I had one student come up to me about the participation grade. Remember participation? Remember participation? Don't you hate when people do air quotes? It's really annoying. I find it annoying. Sit in my kitchen and do this and see what my reaction is. But participation, a kid came up to me once and he said he was upset with his grade, and he said, "But I'm just getting to the joke. I'm just getting to the joke." All right, so he came up. It's a good thing I don't take this personally. He came up and said, didn't like his grade. He said, "Professor, I don't understand. I've been to most of your classes." This is a true story. So here's what I'd like you to do when you go home, wherever that might be. Next week, I'd like you to go to work go to the office, and use that line. Tell them, oh, well, I show up here most of the time, I'd like a raise, or I'd like an A. Try that, and let me know how that works for you. All right, will you? And of course, participation. When you talk about participation, it terrifies the Chinese students. Chinese students, they prefer to be in a corner trembling rather than participate or try to actually say something, right? And you know what? To be honest, I don't blame them. I would rather do that. I'd rather be left alone. Yeah. The other day, I was walking on campus, and I overheard two students talking to each other, and one said to the other, she had the hair flip, you know, the hair flip. I literally died laughing. I literally died laughing, and it has to be a question mark. It's a question mark. It's not really declarative. I literally died laughing, and I thought, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Either that, or I'm seeing dead people, which is a whole other problem. Yeah. All right, so you may call me a snob, and in fact, go ahead. There you go. Thank you. And that's true. And I'm a snob about certain things. For instance, grammar. Grammar. Here in New York, say grammar. Right? And for instance, between you and I, it's not between you and I. It's between you and me, right? It's between you and me, you and me, you and me, or better yet, even me and you, me and you, me and you, and you and me. No matter how we tossed the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. There we go, everybody. Sorry. Oh, I do this in class. I get carried away, and then I have to say, where were we? Somebody read back the notes. But then there's coffee, as we say in Staten Island, coffee. And it has to be forte, which is strong. It has to be con spuma, which is frothy, right? It has to have foam. I like it that way. And in grano, it has to be the beans, the whole beans. I want the whole beans because I grind it myself. I want to grind it myself. I'm a grinder. I'm into a grinder. Yeah, that's not what we'll do. Yeah, so martinis are another one. I'm a snob about martinis. No vodka. No, sorry, we're not going to have vodka here. It's a 10-to-1 Bombay gin to vermouth, straight up, chilled, twist of lemon. Serve it to me on the beach, and I am in heaven. Yes? You can applaud for that one. I think that was great. Thank you. That was great. And speaking of beaches, not the movie. Go ahead, please, not the movie. But the reason I brought it up is I went to the beach for the first time this summer, just this week. Went to Brighton Beach, and I went from the Bronx to Brighton Beach on the B train. So we have Bobby Bronco from the Bronx going to Brighton Beach on the B train. Got it? Yeah. Broadway Comedy Club has told me that any audience, if you can say that 3 times fast without getting it messed up, you get a refund on your ticket. Yes. Kidding, I'm just kidding. The beach was fine. Of course, I had a problem though, was I was entertained with a guy who's an old man, pardonnez-moi, senior citizen, in a thong. He's in a red thong. And if there's such a thing as a mini thong, this guy was wearing it. Yeah. Now, I'm in the age group, so I sort of think I can take some liberties with this. And I thought, I teach in a business school, and there's an expression in business called low-hanging fruit, which is what I thought of. But I start therapy on Monday. But I did take a friend with me from the Bronx. His name, he's actually half Syrian and he's half Italian, and he does some odd jobs for the mob every once in a while. Kind of like disposing bodies. He's very good at that. Let's keep it peaceful, folks. He's very good at that. Big fan of The Sopranos, and his name is Abu Badabing. Abu Badabing. Yeah. So Abu Badabing. He's young. He's very entrepreneurial. And he was actually selling water on the beach. Yeah, he wanted to make some money. He said 1 bottle for $2. or 2 bottles for 5. Right? Two bottles for 5. That's right. And he said it's his way of meeting women. They get to talk to him and negotiate the price, and so he gets to get their number. And if they don't talk to him, well, then he says, well, he makes $1 in the deal. And unfortunately, we had to carry a lot of water back to the train, needless to say, because we didn't make a lot of deals. But I'll tell you this, the guy in the red thong, fortunately, he bought an entire case. He's very nice of him. So I say this to you in closing, if you ever meet a guy in a red thong on the beach, tell him you know Bobby Bronco. Thank you very much.